earlier, I spoke to Emergency Management Minister Jenny McAllister, who's in Charleville, and I began by asking her for an update on the situation on the ground.
Well, the focus today, of course, is the town of Thargomindah. They've had a very difficult night last night. I think essentially all of their residents evacuated and up into premises up near their airport. Continuing very difficult situation, a lot of water through that town. I spoke to the mayor this morning. He's very confident, but we are expecting some evacuations, some people deciding to come out of Thargomindah this morning. And I know that council staff here in Charleville that I've been speaking to are preparing for some of those evacuees to come into Charleville, and they're getting ready to look after them here.
And so we're talking about normally arid regions of the state. How are they coping with this?
A couple of things. I mean, you're right that this is a dry part of the country, but it is a country where people are very practiced at working at community scale and dealing with difficult things. And so yesterday I had a chance to drop into the Emergency Operations Centre in Charleville, speak to the police, emergency services, DPI staff who are working there, and they are pulling together an extraordinary operation across this region, redistributing fuel, fodder, water, food, generators across this state, and we are immensely grateful for the work that's able to be done by local people here. We've augmented that with aerial assets. Some of your viewers will know that over this high-risk weather season, we've had 3 heavy-lift helicopters available for tasking. 2 of them are working out of here at Charleville, and they've been able to drop generators, fodder, food, personnel into different parts of this vast region over the last few days. Just a couple of days ago, we received a request from the Queensland government to augment that aerial capability with ADF support, and so we have made available a fixed-wing aircraft, a plane that is now available for Queensland for tasking for the same kinds of things. The real focus in the response now is, of course, looking after people, and today there's a real focus on Thargomindah, but secondly, making sure that primary producers are here, are getting the support that they require. Fuel and fodder are the big ticket items, and there's a whole power of work going on right now, distributing those resources around the region.
Peter Dutton committed a $10 million new weather radar to be built by the Bureau of Meteorology if he wins for outback Queensland to monitor conditions. Will the Albanese Labor government also match that commitment?
We will, and it will add to the $236 million commitment we've already made to upgrade the flood gauge infrastructure across the country. We came to government knowing that we needed to do much better as an Australian government on emergency response. The previous government didn't make the investments that were necessary. They rejected requests from Queensland to invest in flood gauge infrastructure. We've made a very substantial investment, $236 million, and we'll make an additional $10 million investment to make sure that there is radar capability in Western Queensland. We'll work with the BOM about the exact location, but these are important informational assets that help us support communities at times like this. Of course, it's also important to have the operational capability, and those investments in the National Emergency Management Agency, standing up the National Situation Room, ensuring that we're able to coordinate a national response. They've been incredibly important, both in this event, but also through the high-risk weather season over recent months.
Well, I'm sure that the matched funding that you've agreed to will be welcomed by the locals in the area. And also, I guess, just broadly on a crisis and in a moment like this, that the populations might be small, but they're not being forgotten by our political leaders. That's the main message, I guess.
Absolutely not, Kieran. I mean, I've been here in Queensland since Saturday. It's been a real pleasure to be here in Charleville. The local deputy mayor, council staff have been very generous and introducing me to a lot of the people who are working on the emergency here. Today, I'll be travelling to Cunnamulla, to Winton, having the opportunity to speak directly with the mayors. The thing about events of this kind is that people are well practiced at the response, but the recovery takes time. And I want people to know in this part of the country that our government will be with them for the long haul.